let's talk about movies. Movies that I've seen lately. And lately could mean half a year ago. Is that lately? For me, it is. I don't keep track of time. After the first video of movies that I've seen lately, I tried to collect all the titles religiously, but I ended up not following the routine. Oh well, not a big loss in in most cases. Um, However, I have some titles for the next edition, but this one was getting fucking long. I have 7 pages of notes here. So that's a lot. Um, as always, there's very good movies. There is movies that are just meh, and there are movies that I consider a big poop that you should avoid at all costs. But hey, that's up to you. So let's start. The first movie is Mother's Instinct, and I don't know why the universe was putting in front of me many similar movies in a row that I'm not complaining because this is a poof, hold your pants. It's a psychological thriller like I have not seen in a good while. Uh, I have a guitar here and it's clink clink clink. The main characters are Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastain, and both are superb. Honestly, I don't want to spoil anything about this movie because this is one of the movies that I totally recommend. It's totally worth the watch. Two neighbors, um, that two families that are neighbors in the 50s. Everything has that 50s aesthetic. Um, they are similar families with sons around the same age. They happen to be best friends. They go to school together. You know, the moms are also best friends. The dads are also best friends. Everyone is best friends there. They have a very close relationship, going to each other's houses, and that's all that I'm going to reveal. I'll just say that there is several plot twists. The movie starts in a way it makes you think that it's one type of movie, then something happens that turns everything upside down, and after that it's very easy to feel what is about to come, or at least a vibe of what may happen, but you don't know how. You don't have a fucking clue how it's going to develop. During the whole movie I was only able to think, oh my god, like, no, 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 this is happening. No, 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 please don't go in that direction. And he went. Great movie. That's what I can say. Cause this movie worth it. Not going to spoil it for you. Another one, The Wasp, is a similar movie, kind of connected, but not. Loved it. It has nothing to do with it, but it's very similar in many cases. With Natalie Dormer, which is fucking hateful in this movie. So that's a fantastic job because that's your job to be hated here. Not going to spoil anything because I really like this one as well. Similar, but not. Watch both movies like together somehow. Nothing to do with each other, but very connected for whatever reason. What else do we have here? Long Legs. I don't even remember this one, but okay. Um, okay, I have here some notes, and I'm saying that it started as an interesting movie, and oh fuck, Long Legs. Now I know which movie. Oh fuck. Okay, Long Legs. Yes, now I know what fucking movie it is. Yeah, it starts like an interesting movie. Uh, Attempting to be like a thriller with a 70s aesthetic. It's one of those movies that is divided in chapters. For some reason, they are making a comeback. Uh, I don't know, pursuing, whatever the word is, like chasing some kind of retro 70s aesthetic. I've seen several lately that have that type of format. I don't mind it when it's done right and it serves for a purpose. It can help to organize a script and yeah, okay, whatever. It's okay. As I was saying, the movie starts very interesting with a good premise. We have a young woman that freshly joined the FBI and is showing extraordinary skills to solve cases, many incognitas, enigmas, and puzzles. That's very interesting. There's a serial killer that his case has been frozen for several years, and of course, she reactivates. The first half of the movie goes well. It's one of those very intriguing type of movies with a lot of clues, and it's very engaging. The second half of the movie, lazy writing, that's the best that I can say, forcing the narrative a lot, and it destroys the whole premise that was developed during the first half of it, and the part that attracted me. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil it. It's one of those movies that has had the reactions of either love or hate, no middle point. In my case, I ended up hating it, but okay. The premise of the movie is that Nicolas Cage was on it, and I have strong feelings with him because it seems like, especially lately, he's offering a lot of half-cooked products, like Renfield. He's not one of my favorite actors, so I'm very, yeah. Um, I look at him with a magnifying glass, honestly. But he's good. He's a good actor. But the thing is that this man needs someone to be honest with him about the scripts, to tell him, hey, this is not strong enough. There are great ideas, but bad executions. Seriously, Renfield as well. I didn't finish that movie. It was, yeah, ma ma ma. Entertaining movie. It's not a masterpiece, but it's easy to watch. It was sold to me as the new Misery, and of course I wanted to watch it because Misery, both the book and the movie, are, the movie has a lot of, I mean, the book has a lot of feeling in the pages, but that's Stephen King writing. So um it's not Misery. It's not Misery at all. Far from the glorious performance of Kathy Bates. Come on, like, no, nobody can top that. But it's a very good attempt, and the main actress, her name was Octavia or something, was a very nice surprise. I enjoyed her acting a lot. Juliette Lewis was there, but she was just there. She did a good job, but her role was so minimal that, man, just a minor role. Missy Pyle stole the show. It was an even smaller role, like usual. She has a type of role, but she always does. She steals the show every time. The teenagers were obnoxious and empty as they could be. Like, the acting was very, to say the least. But okay, it's a watchable movie. It features a creepy middle-aged woman with a very erratic behavior, and the tension through the movie is very consistent. We could be on her side, but we are not. I like how, besides the main plot of the movie, they added some extra things here and there to justify that position. The plot is weak and sloppy in many points, but that part is forgivable. It's an entertaining movie. A Beautiful Mind. It was time to rewatch this classic movie, and every time gives me goosebumps. I'm not a fearful person. If there's a problem, there's a solution. That's my motto in life. But my biggest fear in life is to lose my mind. Schizophrenia was my biggest fear until recently, because I was told by experts in Asperger that is incompatible for whatever reason in the brain, mutations and shit like that. So now I can live in peace. But yeah, it was a fucking awful fear that I had. Before knowing this, of course, I was horrified by the topic, but also fascinated because I am a bit obsessed with psychology and psychiatry. So this topic is very interesting, and this movie was very groundbreaking when it went out. By the way, it was treating the topic, the illness, and bringing some things on the table. Obviously, watching it nowadays, there's some things that is like, what is happening here? But it's a very, 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 very good movie with amazing performances. It's based on the life of the math genius John Nash, and it was always very inspiring to know how he managed to deal with his illness and find ways to make it work with his life while still being undertreated, and the family dynamics and other aspects of it. Russell Crowe was fucking amazing on this role, and I forgot that Jennifer Connelly was on this movie, and I saw the movies years ago for the last time, and all my attention went to Russell Crowe. But now rewatching the movie, Jennifer Connelly is probably the star of the show. She did fucking outstanding performance. Yep. More classics now. Another classic now. Rewatching this fantastic movie, The Last Unicorn. Um, Rewatching another classic, The Last Unicorn, based on the book of the same name. Not an easy movie to digest by any means, with a lot of harsh pills and lessons, and you may not be ready for it if you have not watched it. I don't think anyone is, even if you have watched the movie 10,000 times. The only downside of this movie, I'm laughing, is the shitty singing of the main characters. But I can forgive it. However, the music, the soundtrack composed by the band, the AOR band, America, is very beautiful. The main title song is fucking great. The rest of the songs are a bit meh, but the main song title is so over the top good that, still holds up. I don't want to spoil anything about this movie because it's very special. I'm no unicorn, not a magical creature. Yeah, very, very good movie. The First Omen, watchable. It's a prequel to The Omen, which is a fucking classic. If you like that type of occult psychological horror from the 70s, or any time, that movie is top. But this one doesn't manage to capture the atmosphere of that movie, obviously, because yeah. But it's entertaining. I feel like we are living kind of a trend of new satanic panic type of movies. I don't know if I have mentioned on the list or if I have featured some of them, but I have seen a bunch. And I've been just choosing by title of poster, not checking the plot of it, and finding out that it was that type of movie. So yeah. We love cheap robes with purple lining. Every satanic cult with ill intentions on a movie seems to be buying them at the same place. Is there a retailer for satanic robes that I'm not aware of? I mean, but okay, watchable. Late Night with the Devil, what a cool surprise. The format, the idea, the development of this movie, yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, more satanic panic material, like I was saying. What the hell is going on in the world? I thought that nobody cared anymore about Christianity, or not like some decades ago, not like the 90s, the 8, but it's what is happening? Why is this topic so on trend right now? Like, but well, anyway, this movie, the fictional TV variety show, reminds to many other real life references. And if I remembered right, they give hints, clues here and there, and give actual names. There's many winks to pop culture that go along with the storytelling. This one has my Mina recommend seal of approval. Very good movie. I See You. Fun movie, quite predictable, good to watch. Like, I had a good time watching it. But the filter or whatever was going on with Helen Hunt's face was still in the show for me. at the end it was a watchable movie. Spell. Nice movie, all voodoo classic type of horror movie. Not the best one, but it has some catchy scenes. There's a lot of overacting, and some of it the top scenes, and that's all I can say about it. Strange Darling, another cool surprise, another movie that is divided into episodes, um, but with cool features, because on this case, it's not following the order of the narration, but it adds a lot to the storytelling, and I thought that was very smart and well executed. These jumps may be hard to follow sometimes, but the storytelling, as I was saying, is so good that it sells every doubt by the end of the movie. Watch it, please. Watch it, please. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Cool new horror movies with many brave surprises. That was refreshing. Having in mind the era that we are living, I don't want to spoil anything about that, but that was very refreshing. This one I recommend watching very much. Mr. Crocket. Damn it. So long. So fucking long. Since I was laughing at a movie the way that I was laughing with this one. Laughing out loud. I'm not dead inside, I was laughing. Uh, Not snorting through my nose like laughing my ass off. My stomach was hurting. It's been a very long time. Very long time. It's campy. It's fucking absurd. It's very refreshing. I love this type of horror movies, and as a horror fan myself, I'm very glad that there is some fresh air coming this way. Um, those, I'm a fan of the classics, but it's very thrilling to wait for new movies of horror theme, because there's very cool surprises at the like horror is ruling the world in terms of movies at the moment. Don't There's no other genre that is topping horror at the moment. Yeah, yeah. There's some moments that are so fucking as absolutely stupid in the best way. There is practical effects, and they are so original and over the top. And the main character maybe from now on one of my favorite slashers over Freddy Krueger. I said that. Please, I beg to the universe a saga of this. Respecting it, of course, but a saga. This character needs more movies. The Good Song. I wanted to rewatch this movie. It's quite old. I'm old. But it's a quite old movie by today's standards. But somehow it's a very hidden jewel, and I plan to make a separate video for it sometime because it totally deserves it. But if you want to watch it now, go ahead so you can leave a comment on that video. It's a very dark movie featuring very young Elijah Wood and Macaulay Culkin. Very recommended. But as I'm saying, I'm gonna make a separate video for it, so I'm not going to talk about it. I'm baiting you. Ator the Fighting Eagle. Another rewatched classic. Sorcery crap classic. It's bad. It's awful. And I love it for those reasons. The cover steals the show. Everybody knows that. Here's a clip so you don't have to watch it. Or maybe. So you have to watch it.
I love you.
And I love you.
Why can't we marry?
Ator, We are brother and sister.
Terrifier 3. I love this saga. I've never been a huge fan of slasher movies myself, except for Hellraiser. Shocking, I know. I love horror movies. I love the 80s era of movies, horror. I love the concept of Nightmare on Elm Street. I love the characters. The character. I love the cuckoo killings. But most of the movies were unwatchable. I was just waiting for them to end. But now I'm finding a new approach on the slasher love thanks to Terrifier. And yeah, it's true. Terrifier 3 wasn't as fun as the second part. The second part is fucking amazing. But it had a fair amount of good moments. Maybe some of the best moments of Art the Clown. Yeah. Brothers Lionheart. I'm not crying, you are. A Swedish classic. The author was ruthless and charming at the same time. It's like Roald Dahl on asteroids. No competition. It's unfiltered, blunt, and still managed to be very magical. It's supposed to be a children's movie, but it's so raw that many adults are going to feel very uncomfortable watching it. And by the way, these brothers are living my stage clothes fantasy on their own color palettes. But Metallica, some kind of monster. Fuck. I never liked Metallica myself, so I never cared about this documentary. But after watching this one, and disclaimer, I can separate person from music, so if I like somebody's music and they turn out to be assholes, I can still enjoy their music. It's getting harder because being in the music industry, you get to know some people, and that affects. Yes, it's true. But I will never meet Metallica. However, as I was saying, I never liked the band, but after watching this, I'm fucking disgusted by everyone's behavior and traits, and the amount of anxiety that I got by watching this documentary. I tried to watch it in batches because I could not resist it. I was insisted on finishing it, but I had to abandon because really the anxiety was fucking assholes. Fucking assholes. Just moved by my personal reception and perception. They're fucking them assholes. Shameless ego. Selfish pieces of shit. Kirk is a puppet that stays aside, allowing everything, so he's to blame as well, because at the beginning I was defending him, and then I saw more, and it's like, you are a fucking shitty human in your way. Jason didn't deserve to go through all of that. Just thinking that they were acting like that while being aware that the cameras were on their faces, or having in mind that the concept of reality show at the time was not very pop. It was not like now. It was a sort of documentary, but that reality show concept was not in the peak. So I cannot imagine how fucking nasty they are, or they were behind the scenes. Maybe they are amazing people right now, but fucking assholes. No, don't watch it. This is no. I suffered. And another one that I suffered with in a different way was Joker, Folie à Deux, Folie à Deux, whatever, I don't know French. I tried, I gave up. The cartoon parts were very cool. Should have had another name, because they did dirty to this movie. Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga are wasted potential here. Joker as a movie was enough on its own. It was a fantastic movie. The performances of both actors were very good, but this was a mess. Very bad executed. It was all over the place. It didn't have any sense. It was why. Moving on. Nightmare Before Christmas. Rewatched it with the excuse of Halloween, so that's been a long time ago now. I forgot how much I love this movie, and it's always very fun to sing along the classic songs. I don't need to explain to you Nightmare Before Christmas. If you don't know it, just go and watch it. Any excuse is good to watch this movie. Death Becomes Her. If you know me, you know me. This is one of my ultimate favorite movies of all time. On my top 3 of movies. On my sacred pantheon. I'm obsessed with it. Everyone in the cast is fucking amazing. Hail to Meryl Streep. Hail to Goldie Hawn. Hail to Wolf Hoffman's lost sibling, Bruce Willis, who doesn't look like Wolf Hoffman on this movie, and that's part of the magic. You know, I grew up because I watched this movie when I was 4. I will never forget, because that's why it's my favorite. I didn't get anything of the movie back then, except the scene of the... I don't want to spoil it. The iconic scene, and that shaped bottle that was engraved on my brain. But I grew up not knowing that it was Bruce Willis, because the makeup, the look, that he's like Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. Campy, over the top, very unique, and I love it. Love it, love it. Recommended. Obviously, is one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, The Substance. This is the reason that I used as an excuse to rewatch for the time Death Becomes Her, because I saw some people that were comparing both movies. They are not alike. But any excuse is good to rewatch Death Becomes Her. Yeah. They have dark humor and they have a similar topic, but they are very different types of movie for my taste. The use of dark humor here is completely different for me. This is grim dark misery. Demi Moore changed my mind with her acting. I knew that she was a good actress, but I had some feelings about her for whatever reason. But I'm going to be humble and admit that I was wrong, and she changed my mind based on the fucking amazing performance. Kudos, very believable, even on this plot. Very human, very expressive. Yeah. The other girl, I absolutely hated her. So that's good, because her performance was to be fucking hated. She was very convincing. Very... Oh, the negative feelings that she was moving inside of me, kudos to her as well. The movie is divided in 2 different parts. Very interesting on their own. Even if they belong to complete different types of genres. The first part is more enjoyable. The second part is fucking cuckoo, absurd, unexpected, but I could not stop smiling in disbelief of what the hell is going on here. Because this is a new era of movies that are getting over. They are daring to do things again, not just copy pasted crap. They are challenging things. I'm here for it. The clean aesthetic is very bold and positive as a choice, and it adds a lot to the movie. That was one of the most the strongest points, honestly. The aesthetic, the clean aesthetic, the tidiness. Yeah, it's another cool surprise. 2024 was a very good year for innovative horror movies. Smile 2. For whatever reason, the universe was throwing to me movies that were similar to each other, but not. It's a surprisingly good movie. Smile 2 was a good movie. I didn't enjoy the first movie. I thought it was... to be generous. So I was very hesitant with the newer one. But I'm glad to say that I changed my mind, because they changed the formula and they made it very interesting. The performances were good as well. In some ways, as I was saying, it feels kind of connected to The Substance, because both movies were released around the same time as well. But I watched this one first, and it had a fresh comparisons. There's another thing that is kind of similar, and is that by the end of it, it goes bananas. bananas. Again, 24 was a very good year for horror movies. Beetlejuice. Um, I rewatched this one. It's another one of my top 3 of favorite movies of all times. In case you were wondering, Conan the Barbarian is the other one, and I mentioned Death Becomes Her, so that's my holy trinity. My absolute favorite top 3 is Beetlejuice. Just yeah. But I watched it because Beetlejuice was released. I made a separate video, very long one, about it. If you want a short resume, I'm conflicted. I liked some parts. I will not watch the movie again. Probably. Never say never, but I don't have the intention of watching the movie again. Like I was saying, the original movie is on my pantheon of favorite movies, so I'm very biased on this one to judge, because it's very hard to top or equal or get close to it. And the last movie that I have on this list, there's many more, I forgot about them. And the last movie of today's list is I Wanna Dance with Somebody. I was in a wave of watching a lot of movies inspired or based on lives of musicians or related with music, and this one about the life of Whitney Houston, very good acting, very believable. I like that the movie told some ugly sides of her life without focusing on the drama, because that's a problem that usually happens on these biopic movies, and is that they try to dig on the dirt and make very ugly to the artist. But without hiding problems, they did a very they handled it well, let's say. Maybe washing some things away that should have not been washed, but still appreciate the movie. It was a good movie. Very good acting. And that's it for today. Movies that I've seen lately. Hope you can grab some titles for your watch sessions. Let me know in the comments if you actually are intrigued in some movie based on what I've been telling you. And recommend me movies if you have. Maybe I have not watched it. Yeah, I want movies. Feed me.